Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oz Scale Modeling live. How are we all on this fantastic weekend? And it is the weekend for everybody, although most of you are probably still on Saturday night. But anyway, and hello to whoever you were out there in the car with a car horn at 4 o'clock in the morning. Boy, welcome to Thailand. The Thailand of a feast of it's a feast for the senses. Put it that way. That's a good one, isn't it? That'd make a good YouTube title video for a video, wouldn't it? Feast of the senses. The sound, the noise, the sounds, the tastes, and the sights. My God, I tell you, trying to find a nice, quiet place. I mean, it's not. There are places, but it's quite a crowd, quite a not vivid or vital. What's the word for it? Vibrant. That's the word. Vibrant place over here. People who love the sound of their motorcycles with no exhaust pipes. I seen a motorbike the other day go by. Its muffler was literally that long, like the size of a can of Coke, and he's like the noise it was making. Like, wow, like seriously. It sounded crap. It really sounded shit. He might have been tone deaf. I'll excuse him if he's tone deaf or whatever. But people just put up with it and don't mind. It's just unlike most of our countries, there's requirements for registering your vehicle if it's in that condition. Boy, I'm having a go this morning, aren't I? Let's get back on subject. All right. Let's see who we got in chat. Go for it. Painting is there. Hello, mate. Haven't seen you for a bit. I've seen your videos, but I haven't seen you in chat. So welcome. I'll get that. There we go. You're famous. You're on the screen with me. Fantastic. And there's Mr. Zan Scale Modeling. Hello, sir. How are you? I can do the dog impression there from your thumbnail. Very good. Love your emails. Oh gosh, I wish I had the ability to write like you do. My God, the detail is just phenomenal. Maybe you should be doing the scripts for my videos. Gosh, I get lost for words. Maybe it's just my camera shyness. Anyway, Captain Charlemagne Models is there as always. G'day, buddy. Welcome. Saying hello to Zinzan. There's me saying 10 minutes to go as I grabbed a quick coffee, which I did from my instant coffee, nothing special. Now you might notice over on my left or right, depending what direction, there is my coffee jug, and it doesn't work. It stopped working yesterday. I bought that brand new a couple of weeks ago. All right, brand new in this appliance place. It was cheap. It was only like $10. I don't know the brand name, Tefl or not even that. No, there we go. Kashiwa. So probably a Chinese brand. I went to turn it on. No light, no nothing. No coffee. Damn. So now to make my coffee, I just popped my cup in the microwave oven for 2 minutes and boiled it that way. But I'm really disappointed in that. I've got to buy myself another jug. Looks like I might have to go to a brand name, like my air fryer is a Philips air fryer. I might have to go double the price and get something that'll last, because that was obviously a waste of money. And the worst part of it is that I've lost the receipt. I threw that out, but it doesn't matter. It was literally $10. So it's just the inconvenience now of having to go back. I have the box that came in, and maybe if I remember right, there might be something on the box that could be scanned and they would have a record of me buying it. I might take it back anyway. I might try and take it back there anyway and walk in. And if they won't give me a credit or a refund, well, then I'll just, I don't want it. You can have it back, and you can go put it in your bin because that's where it belongs. So there we go. Boy, I'm in one of those moods, aren't I? I've just taken shots everywhere this morning. Gosh. Hobby time is there. Hello, hobby time. But I have my coffee. I've got my coffee. That's the important thing. And I got my water. There we go. Got my water, which is getting a bit low at the moment. Been drinking a little bit more than normal, I think. I'm not sure. I have to check the date of when I got that new water bottle, 20 litres of water, because I know the last one, it took 5 weeks to use it. And I'm sure it's not 5 weeks have gone by. But I have a few more days worth of water in there, drinking water anyway. Let's go down. Captain Shadowman, anything new on your bench this week? Well, you can't be asking me that because there's not much happening new on my bench. For anybody out there, let us know. All you guys in chat, which we've got nearly 20. It's going up to 20 people in chat. We've got Bildrak. Good morning to you, mate. How are you, mate? How are you? All good, I hope. Up there in God's country, as they call it. Anyway. What else we got? Mr. Oh, you're in early. Ron's in. Can't stay. Yep, no worries, mate. Thanks for calling in. It's nice weather up there. And again, you got some good weather up there in Canada, in Winnipeg. I do have it somewhere here I can put the weather across later. But good stuff. Stephen Haynes is there. Hello, buddy. Welcome. How are you? And there he is saying hello to everybody. I'm just shooting down here. We got to Boldly Go. James is there. And still pumping out those videos. Good on you. Excellent. Wayne. Hello, Wayne. Wayne's there as well. G'day there. Cheers, mate. I've changed the... I use... StreamYard for streaming the videos, and they brought out a thing where you can change the color scheme to a dark scheme. And I thought that'll be a little bit easier on the eyes at this time of the morning. But and this is the first time I've used dark scheme, and it's sort of, I'm a bit lost on where things are now. It's sort of, dark scheme is okay, but it's still a little bit strange. You should be able to customize it your own way. I think this thing would be a lot better and easier to use. But anyway, I'm giving dark scheme. So I'm just being careful where I click so I don't accidentally hit that end stream button that's faintly up there in the right corner, up close to where other buttons that I press. So I won't do that. We'll be okay. As is modeling channel there. Hello, mate. Good morning. Good morning. Good on you, mate. Fantastic. Mick Smallwood is there. Hello. Welcome. Yes, it is Happy Sunday. Weather's quite good here now. The last few days have been good. The rain's eased up. There's been not much rain during the day at all. A few storms come over in the afternoon, but most of it doesn't hit here. I can see them in the distance hitting other parts of the city that they're keeping away from this side. There was a day last week, early in the evening, where I needed to rush out and grab some pork to put in my air fryer, and I seen storm clouds coming, and I thought, I better get out there and get this up at the market now and get back before it rains. And I could hear the thunder, and the wind was picking up, and I thought, oh gosh, here it comes. And it was right when all kids were being picked up and brought back from school. So I stood there on the side of the road and snapped a few photos of the parents bringing their little kids home on their motorbikes. No helmets, standing on the front of the scooter. Amazing. And they're all rushing to get home before the rain comes. But it didn't actually rain here. The whole storm just sort of circled around my condo and rained everywhere else. So it was all good. Things like that. I miss my good camera. I used to have a good Canon camera where I could snap photos of things like motorbikes going past and traffic. But when you got to do it on your mobile phone, it's a little bit hard to get a nice clear shot. But yeah, got some interesting shots there. Put them up on my Facebook. You're welcome to follow me on my personal Facebook page if you all like to, if you don't already. It's just my name, Peter Holroyd. I'm sure you could search me out. Just send me a friend invite. I'll add you. I post on it every day. I post on it random photos I take here. And it's just another way of keeping up with what I'm up to here, what I'm doing. I'll give you a quick look at the storm that I'm talking about that was coming over. You can see in that photo there. There we go. See that like big cloud burst, all the rain? That's looking out my window across the road. That's a blue rooftop, not a swimming pool, and a gas station across the road. But yeah, there we go. See that massive wall of water, but never came our way, which was good. And of course, we get all the people making a dash home. Where are we? Yeah, bringing their kids home. There's one with a helmet on. Good on you. And a few random pictures of a few locals getting along, doing their stuff. There we go. That photo came up fairly clear, although he wasn't moving very fast. He's just one of the guys that collect all plastic bottles from the bins everywhere. They're doing their job, getting by, surviving, and keeping the place a bit clean. All right, let's go. We've got Jim. There's Jim. There's Jim. Tell him to stick that horn up his... Yes, of course, I will. Yeah, I'm way behind in chat. Sorry about that, guys. We're over 20 people now. Good on you. Is anybody new that's come along? Say hello. Let your name come up down there in chat. Let me know who you are and where you're from. But the horns. The horns aren't too bad, actually. It's not like other countries. You can go all day, believe it or not, here walking around in the streets, wherever you are, riding around, you can go the whole day and not hear a single horn. They just don't do it. And yet, if you go to places like India, holy cow, the horn's what keeps the car or bike going. I mean, if you don't keep hitting that horn, for some reason, the bike's going to stop. It's amazing. But over here, yeah, you'll hear noisy, loud exhausts, but you won't hear horns. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. And sirens from the ambulances. Ambulances. Is it? Ambulances. Ambuli? I don't know. What do we call it? Ambulance. Paramedics. By the paramedics, but they're the people. An ambulance. What's the name? What do you call two ambulances? You know, I call it a big accident. but yeah. Anyway, let me know in chat because we need to know these things. I see John Alex smacking the bottom there. How are you, sir? Moving down the chat, I got to catch up. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Anthony Jones has come in to say hello. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Who else we got? Good. You live on the 11th floor. I will neither confirm nor deny, but I'm up in that area. I can't give away where I live exactly. There's about 500. I think there's just over 500 condos in this building. It's 19 floors high, and I'm on one of them, around the halfway mark. There you go. Who else we've got? Anyone see the channel shout out that Nigel did? I didn't. Did Nigel do a channel shout out? I didn't. Whose channel did he shout out? What else we got? Well, there's your answer why it broke. It's cheap. Yeah, that's true. Patrick Scale Studio. Is that the one you're talking about? I'll give him a shout out too, even though I've never seen it. Patrick Scale Studio. How about we just quickly take a look and see what the fuss is about? Hey, let me just move this and we'll type in here. I can't spell. Patrick's. What was it? Let me go back. What was the name on that? Let me go back. Patrick's Scale Studio. All right. Patrick's. Can't spell it. I'm glad my keyboard's working properly. There it is. Ah. I'm not subscribed. Not yet, anyway. Oh, he's doing... Okay, so this sounds familiar. He's doing the Wilbur, USS Curtis Wilbur. What is that? Oh, that's the 1-200. That's a coincidence. So I'm going to give him a shout out too, for anybody who doesn't know. He's got 544 subscribers at the moment, 38 videos. He now has 545 subscribers. And that does seem to be all his videos is just... Oh, no, there's heaps there. He's got submarine, U-boat there. All right, some interesting viewing there. Cool. There we go. I don't mind looking at that. There we go. Thanks for James for putting that link in. Very good. That's quite on that video, I'm just going to bring up something on my phone that I got a notification just moments before I went live. Was this one from a Christopher. Okay, I don't know who this is. I'm not sure. He commented on my video for the Reuben James I have, the 1/350 scale. Okay, this was done, well, at the time, 9 minutes ago. So we're talking like now it's 20 minutes ago. So I'll read this out. I have one as well, referring to this kit. This was the review video I put up on with the unboxing. But as Oliver Hazard Perry herself, I will convert it to the USS Halliburton, which assisted in rescuing Captain Richard Phillips from the Somali pirates, which is interesting, from the Somali pirates back in 2009, which I also intend on building the other two ships that helped in the rescuing, both the Maersk Alabama and Captain Phillips USS Bainbridge, the DDG-96, and the USS Boxer. Okay, take care and all the best. So there you go. Fantastic. So there you go. So it's nice when people add a bit of their own insight into the comments on videos. Really interesting stuff. If you have a cooktop and put boiled water that way, yeah, I know, but this is quicker. Waiting. Yeah, I do have a little electric cooktop, as you say. Well, I've got to catch up on chat. I'm way behind. Let's go down. Patrick Scale Studio. There's the link. Yep, good one. Oh, no, I'm not that far behind. Where else we got? There's one. Why a second account? Good morning to you, mate. Welcome. Why a second account? That is the question. Hey, should we ask that, or is best we not know? Welcome anyway, in case maybe I do, maybe I don't know of you, but there you go. And everybody will say hello to you as they are. Here's someone in Arizona. Homunculus 007. Yeah. Hello, 007 from Arizona. Welcome aboard. And nice to have a couple of new people coming in. There's Brian Windmills in there too. Hello, sir. Welcome. Good one. And who else we got? Model Tank Guy is there. Hello. Cheers. All of you's coming in. That's great. Yes. Gilly. Hello, Gilly, says Bilge. Who else we got? We're moving down quickly here. I'm just checking the list. All right. John Alec, of course, I mentioned. How are you? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. And all right. I'm trying to catch up. Just ambulance added the S for plural. Okay. It's just a bit of a tongue twister. It sounds strange. There we go. Thank you for clarifying me. There's the Flying Dutchman. Dave is there. Hello. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. I'm going to have a sip of coffee because it's getting low. I made it a little bit too early, and by the time I came on, I was 3/4 through it. A microwave cup of coffee just tastes exactly as bad as my instant coffee tastes anyway, you know. So it's all good. I will get a new jug maybe today. I think that's on the boards. I think that's on the list of things to do today. I have nothing else planned except the usual retirement stuff, you know, wake up, toast and peanut butter. It's my routine over here. Wake up, toast and peanut butter, come over to the computer, check what's happening, check all the YouTube channels briefly, check my own, look over to my left at my model, then look back and try not to look at it again. I'm looking at tracks. Which if you watch my last video, trimmed them all up, but still got a long way to go. Yeah, that's it. I do that. Then around about 10:30-ish, 11, I go down to the swimming pool and do a few laps and cool off down there for an hour and a half, meet some of the locals living here, have a chat, and then well, that's it. It's lunchtime. You know, half the day's gone just like that. Jim have my Tiger Tank and F-14 Tomcat that are waiting for me to get back to them. Very good. No, here we go. A car alarm. There's another noise that I forgot to mention. At 4:24 a.m. There we go. Fortunately, that one, the owner was close by. Why would you set your car alarm when you're just... there are people stopping at 7-Eleven out there. That's what it is. You know. Sometimes you hear that there's a familiar sort of a ding-dong sound as people go in and out of 7-Eleven. If it's really, really quiet, you can faintly hear that down there. But fortunately, I'm a safe enough distance back. I can't hear that. The other day, on Friday, I had an interesting day. I actually went to the train station here to make a video. And it was really interesting. It's been over 10 years since I've been to the train station here. And Chiang Mai is as far north as the trains go in Thailand. And it's 11 hours from Bangkok to here on a train. And you have an option. You can go by a day. And on the day express, they call that the jungle train, because most of the trip up here is through jungle, through the mountains, over amazing bridges, through tunnels. The longest tunnel in Thailand is up here, just south of here, not far at all. And it's an amazing train. There's a sleeper train for nighttime, so you can get a choice of second-class air conditioning sleepers where you've got your seat turns into a bed, and there's upper and lower bunks in the carriage. There's a dining car, but there's also first class, which is what I splurged on 10 years ago, where you get your own sort of cabin. And it was with my girlfriend at the time. And at about 8 o'clock at night, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, there's a staff member for each carriage. They come in, knock on your door, and then you step out and they come in and make up your beds for you. And it's great sleeping on a train. And then you leave at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening in Bangkok. Excuse me. And then you arrive up here at about 7 in the morning. But anyway, I went out there and met the train when it came. Saw all the backpackers and everybody arriving from Bangkok, coming off the train, walking out of the station, and all the locals there with their signs, all their hotel names standing there of all their taxis and stuff. It was interesting. Sort of got me thinking of building a model of a train. Anyway, we got getting on down the chat. Everyone's saying hello. As a saying, Vietnam is the same, Peter. They use their horns every second they drive. Hanoi especially. Yeah, I think so. Yes, I remember Hanoi. And the traffic, well, the traffic, there's nothing like, well, I guess the most hectic traffic I've experienced in the world is probably close to Hanoi, although India, some of the big cities like Mumbai, Calcutta, Delhi, unbelievable traffic. And to make things worse because of the traffic is there's no road rules. Nobody takes notice of the road rules, and it's constantly horns. That's not only horns, but in India they got cows in the streets too. The cows just wander freely through the streets of the cities, and they'll just sit down in the middle of the road. You get a whole herd of cows just sitting in the middle of a main street, and traffic just has to crawl around them. Nobody tries to move them on or anything. No. Amazing. But yeah, Vietnam. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Vietnam. I loved Vietnam. It was really nice. Oh yeah, James. Yes. How are we going here? Yeah, you were watching, looking at models that haven't been started. There's the link. There it is. Thank you. He's finished the Wilbur, says Jim. Okay. Started the 200 scale USS Yorktown. Very good. There we go. Hello. There's a new face. Mark Wilkie. Hello from Scotland. Hello. Welcome. How's the weather in Scotland? Oh, talking about the weather. Let's pop that across. I don't have Scotland, I'm afraid. But we got England 17 degrees and cloudy. Chicago, same temperature but sunny. Same in Sydney, it's 17 degrees. It's 18 degrees in Paris, or roughly the same all over the place, you know. Chiang Mai here, it's 26 and clear, though it's still dark out there at 4:30 in the morning. And I saw Winnipeg there. Get that back. There it is, 21 degrees and cloudy. The only thing I noticed amongst this was the big drop in temperature in Chicago. You're almost 10 degrees cooler than you was at the same time last week in Chicago. What's going on there? Anyway, Scotland. Yeah, I wonder what the weather's like in Scotland now. What else we've got? Everyone's saying hello to everybody. That's good. And Mr. Wilkie saying g'day. Very good representation of the Aussie accent. Back to Bilge there. Well done. I'm not even going to attempt a Scottish accent. I'll make a fool of myself. I do remember when I was up in Scotland, I had a great difficulty understanding the Scottish accent, especially when you're drunk in the pub. Oh my God. I was staying at a pub, sort of a pub hotel, what do they call it? Bed and breakfast. Yeah. And I went down for a pub dinner, some sausages and, you know, just a nice steak or something. I don't remember. And when the pub kicked on and people started to realise I was Australian, they all just come around and wanted to talk to me. But the accents were so strong. I'm just there going, yep, yeah, that's right, mate. Cheers, g'day, yeah. And I had no clue what they're talking about. I couldn't understand any of it, eh? They probably had the same problem with me. I loved it. Fantastic. And he's currently building the Trumpeter hood. So finding your build is really helpful, Oz. Yeah, welcome. And it's a nice ship to build too. And yeah, that's great. Yeah. I don't remember much of it. I'm pretty sure it all went together quite well. But yeah, the 350 scale, that was a nice scale. And it's a nice looking ship too. So there you go. Today's chat is about Peter's new friend. Is it? Do I have a new friend? Who's my new friend? Jim's saying, amazing to me how the 1/200 scale ship model market has remained steady in popularity. Must be selling a lot because there are models coming out regularly. Yeah, oh, it always has been quite popular, especially the Yamato. All right, like to give you an idea, my Yamato series of videos I did is today still the most watched video on my channel. Okay, that the unboxing and the part one, it's strange. Well, I guess it makes sense, but the unboxing and part one and the final part of that video playlist for the Yamato 1200 are the most watched videos on this channel, and they're getting at least about 1,000 views a month regularly from people who are still buying and building, or they bought the model and they haven't started it yet and they're thinking about it and they want to get some tips and see someone else building it. So that video was really successful. And like I say, I do remember visiting a model shop in Bangkok just after that model was released. And I took a photograph of their room when their stock came in, and they had about 50 boxes of the 1/200 scale Yamato all queued up. There we go. Yeah, another one loves the sound of his exhaust. Hey, 4:30 in the morning. Couldn't care less. Anyway, so yeah, there's 50 of them all queued up in the shop. I thought, where the hell are you going to put all those? But he had like a loft in the attic of the top of the shop where he kept all his stock. But he was selling them. So they do sell. They're great. They're just so expensive, aren't they? Not just the model itself, but the aftermarket stuff. You know, if you're one of those people like I am where you want to do the aftermarket, then really that can cost more than the model, especially when you're looking at the photo etch options and things like that. And Build says he's a 1/200 junkie, and then it's the option, the problem of where you're going to put the thing. You know, when I was back in Sydney, you know, I had two shelves specifically bought to put all the models on, and then my glass sliding wardrobe in my bedroom, I had a couple of shelves stacked in there of all the models built. And they're all just collecting dust, which was a shame because, you know, nobody was looking at them. I was the only one there. So anyway, they all went to a good home. Talking about a good home, Paul. Where's Paul? He's not come in yet, has he? Where's Mr. Paul Price? He's doing some amazing modeling lately. Who else? Let's see what we got here. Go FlyHawk resin turrets, GMTM white ensign photo etch. Yeah, FlyHawk is, if you haven't, and I highly recommend it, have a look at FlyHawk and their models. I've done a few of them, 1/700 scale. They, in my opinion, are the MiniArt of modeling for ships. Okay, so what MiniArt do with all their builds, and MiniArt don't do ships, but the detail that MiniArt do is like FlyHawk do for their ships. Okay, particularly if you get their ultimate editions, which include the photo etch. Now we're talking 1/700 scale here. This is tiny shit, right? really tiny shit. You need great eyesight. I doubt I will. I really love building 1/700 scale. The ships look really amazing. And the detail in that size. But when you're doing FlyHawk ones, oh my God, the photo etch is amazing. And the end result, I did the Indianapolis one in a FlyHawk model. Beautiful. And the Shan horse. Remember the Shan horse? I did 1/700 scale. The Shan horse was a FlyHawk model. Oh, look, they look stunning. They look really do. It's just the size. In fact, we're talking about videos that are popular. My how-to video on photo etch that I made probably 2 years ago now, all right, is also up there in one of the top 5 videos watched on my channel on YouTube. And what I really need to do is make a part 2 of that, because that was 2 years ago when I was getting new to modeling. And I could probably do a decent update and expand on a few things that video did. But that is something that obviously people who go out and buy a model and suddenly find, what's this metal stuff doing here? And then they get out there on YouTube and search. And that is also another video that's watched daily by people around the world. And in fact, I still get comments on there as well from people watching it. So yeah, photo etch, love it, but the eyesight's failing me. Still going to get me one of those 1/200 hoods. Got plans to start building her next year. Personally, in my opinion, she's a beautiful model of a beautiful ship. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's right. And your remote control, yes, pride and joy is his Bismarck. That's right. And the Bismarck is another nice 200 model scale. Trumpeter do some great stuff. Trumpeter, which I don't understand why, but the 1/200 Yamato was a Trumpeter kit, but it was distributed by Glow 2B, Gallery Models, and one other, which I can't remember the name of, but it was never put out under the Trumpeter name. Okay, even the instruction books were all Trumpeter. It was all Trumpeter plastic, everything, but not a mention of Trumpeter whatsoever. I guess it's probably a distribution because thing. I think they must have known that it was going to be a big sale product, and to distribute it themselves would have been maybe too hard. So they used 3 other distributors in different areas. So Southeast Asia got the Gallery Models, which was what I got, including Australia. I think America got the Glow 2B version, and then Europe got the other one, which Monogram, I think it was. Monogram? Something like that. So they had different areas they distributed to, all exactly the same. The only differences in all 3 models was one of them, and I think it was the Glow 2B one, had the instruction book in a ring binder. All right, the rest were the normal fold-out pages. I would have preferred ring binder in all of them. I thought that was a good idea. And that probably should have been ongoing. It just keeps your instructions in better condition. But yeah, that was the only difference in all those kits. So there you go. And yeah, let's moving on. What do we got? This 32nd scale World War II twin and 4-engine bombers have also surged in popularity. Okay. Yep. Aircraft, which I don't know anything about. But again, bigger is better, apparently. Yeah. Same with some of the tanks too. I think it was Andy's model shop that started producing his own tanks in that larger scale. What were they? 1/16, I think it was. And through him, because he's quite well known, he's helped boost the popularity of the larger scale tanks and so forth. What else we got? Cheers, pal. Thank you. Going well so far. but finds Oz's builds blogs very helpful at Charlemagne Models. Yeah, well, the idea behind it is not only sharing what I'm doing and building, but sharing the pitfalls and the failures and the successes along the way as well. The idea is that, and this is what I did when I started out modeling. I mean, I didn't start, as you guys know, I didn't start modeling until 4 years ago now. So that's it. Pretty much that's it. My first model was a ship that after I was into computer tech. And I watched a guy build one on his channel just out of randomness. And I thought, he built the Bismarck. And I thought, wow, okay, I'm going to try and build a ship. And I did. And I got hooked. But my idea was, first thing, you jump on YouTube and you go and check out the model that you're interested in buying. And you have a look at it and you see what's in the box and what you're getting. Because 9 times out of 10, if you go into a model shop, you can't open the box. They're taped or they're plastic covered. You can only go by what's written on the outside of the box, which is mostly misleading advertising crap, depending on the company it's made by, with very little detail. And of course, if you're buying online, well, you can't even do that. You're just looking at the photos online that they've snatched from manufacturers' websites or modeling shop websites. So that's the idea of YouTube, is going and seeing what's in the box and going, oh, well, that looks good. I think I could do that, or I'd like to do that. Try that. Look at the instructions, see how they're laid out. Do you think you can follow them? Does that look like something you can do? It's all part of it. And then, of course, going into the build series that the person's put out there as well. If you're building and you start to get to, oh, Jesus, that doesn't make sense. And that arrow is not showing. There's no location point for that. And, or maybe I can modify this and change this. That's when you go into YouTube and go find people who have built it. And you go in and go, oh, okay, so that's how that works. Or you watch a whole series, a few steps ahead of where you're at. And you can go and come across things like the guy like me might be saying, be careful. The instructions tell you this is the part number, but it's wrong. It's actually this part number. Or the instructions are telling you to put it on this way, but don't do it this way. Put this part on first and then come back and do this because this will be easier to fit or whatever, but it'll help you. Let me make the mistakes before you do is basically what it's about. And then, of course, more detailed stuff of the painting and trimming up stuff and getting stuff prepped and how we apply glue and how we attach photo etch and all that is what people want to see. So there you go. Let's go down to chat. Scott's Models, 10 in Tassie. Hello, buddy. 10 degrees. I guess that's the temperature. Yes. Ooh, a little bit chilly down there. Fresh, as they say. Nice picture of a Spitfire there. What else we got? 6 in Canberra. Yes, I bet it is. Canberra. Yeah, this cold time of the year in Canberra. Gosh, I remember I used to drive a truck to Canberra twice a week. Twice a week down to Canberra. I used to stop at Goulburn on the way. Used to stop at Mittagong on the way back. Moss Vale, come through there. Back to Sydney. Yeah. I remember going down there in the winter and it was like the ice forming on the glass as you're coming down into Canberra. Woo! Boy. Hi, Oz. It's 14 degrees and misty here on the North Sea coast. Wow. What a sight. Eh? Great area for photography. 92% humidity. Wow. Yeah, we've got some humidity. Actually, I always say how hot it gets here overnight and not hot, but humidity goes up here. Right now, it's quite comfortable. Normally, I'd be sitting here right now and feeling a bit of sweat, but I'm not. So, yeah, maybe it didn't rain last night and there's less water around out there and the humidity's a bit lower. And 15 degrees there. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Yeah, I'm going to take that banner off because we've seen enough of that. There we go. 18 degrees, says Jim, dropping down to 5 overnight. Wow, yeah, I mentioned earlier, it's quite a big temperature change up there. Let's see. Yeah, we're a friendly bunch. We understand you better than you understand us. Yeah, for sure. And I tell you what, you have such a strong accent too. I had a friend when I grew up in Sydney, in school, who was Scottish. Now, he was born here, but his parents were Scottish. Okay, the Taylors. How Scottish is that? All right, the Taylors. Goes back to the clans. And his parents, who had been here 20, 30 years, still had strong accents. I don't think you'll ever lose your accent if you're from Scotland. There's a couple of YouTubers out there that have YouTube channels that are, gosh, they're difficult to understand in some parts. But there we go. And where are we? Mark Wilkie saying, I've Tamiya Yamato and extras in my stash 1350. That's a nice kit. That is a nice kit. I've seen that. I'm not going to build another Yamato. I would imagine that would be the best 1350 scale kit for sure. And with the extras, of course. Yeah. It's just such a unique ship, isn't it? There's nothing like it. The way they have the cantilevered machine guns on both sides of the deck there. I think there's 8 on each side. That's unique. Although I think there was some other ships that had a similar design, but not open like the Yamato. And go check out, if you get a chance, the Japanese brought out a film about the Yamato, which was their equivalent to the American version of Titanic. It was just as big and huge film hit as the Titanic was in America. And it is a very good film to watch. The effects are fantastic. I thought it'd be either Bismarck or Titanic. Yeah. Gosh. Titanic. Imagine that the 1200 Titanic is huge too, isn't it? Like, you know, you could take years to build something like that. You know, what's his name that does who builds the 1200 scale ships? I can't remember the name. I'm sure one of you guys know him. American guy that did the whole build with all of the aftermarket. Even built his own photo printed deck chairs and all details, and did right up there with the model he was building for a customer, and then right alongside he's building his own model. It was a fantastic build. What else we got? I'm just looking ahead on my laptop, keeping up with the current chat. GB is in. GB's come in. How are you, buddy? Welcome. FlyHawk stuff is really good. Yeah, check it out. You know, check it out. It is good. It is good stuff. And good value, you know. Oh, I'd love to do another one. I suppose sorry about that. Whoops. I suppose I could. My lighting here is much better than when I was in Sydney. If you remember watching my videos back there, and I always complained that the lighting was no good. And one of the biggest things to that was because I had a grey roof in my apartment in Sydney, and I had dark grey carpet, almost black carpet. So the lights in there just dissipated to nothing. Whereas here, I've got white roof, I got LED lights in the roof, I got pure white reflective tile floor, and this place just lights up. As you can see, it's like daylight here and it's pitch black outside. So, and of course I've got my modeling bench area, which we'll have a quick look and you'll see the light I've got. All right, so there's like you can see that I've got that pointing towards the wall just to give a bit of diffused light. But when that's pointed down at the bench, like you can see, I could do surgery there. I could do surgery there, I reckon. You know, not a problem. I could operate on somebody. So a 1/700 scale kit is not out of the realms of possibility. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember if the model shop here in Chiang Mai had any 1/700 scale. I don't think they did. But I can buy them online, not a problem. Sorry, does your old boy still have the bird farm you built? Pete, does still have the bird farm you built? You lost me there. No, I'm lost on that one. Sorry, Bilge. Yeah, see, it's the movie. See, and one other thing is why that video is also not Titanic, the Yamato one was so big because it was big in Japan too. All right, a lot of Japanese bought that model and built it, not just us in the Western countries. All right, when I look at the statistics of those videos, the third most watched region of those videos is Japan. And you'll notice that in the title of that video, I also wrote Yamato in Japanese. Excuse me. I did that deliberately so that when the search results would come up for the Japanese market, and that helped the statistics grow for the view count because it was the flagship of the Japanese. So, you know, I really can't think of, and I'd be interested to hear from you guys, what ship has not been brought out in a 200 scale that would be as big a hit as something like the Yamato. You know, historically, I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think there is. I don't think there is anything. The 1/700 aircraft carrier, Pete. Yeah. Well, I did the 1/700 Yamato. Yeah, I did the 1/700 Yamato. Yeah. And that was also a great little kit too. Good size. And even to give you an idea how big that ship, the 1/700 scale Yamato was about that long. You know, it was a good 30 centimeters long because that was a huge ship, you know, compared to Indianapolis, which was probably down to about, you know, a fraction of the size, probably nearly half the size. Yeah. What else we got? FlyHawk is detailed now. If only the 1/700 got moved up in 1/350 scale. I love to see a Prince of Wales by then in front 350. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But be careful, like when I say FlyHawk don't do 350 scale. They only do 1/700 scale. And if you've got the ability to buy the ultimate editions, the platinum editions, I think they're called, that involve the photo etch, it's definitely worth paying the extra and going and doing that extra detail because the end result is much, much better. You know, some 1/700 scale, for instance, Trumpeter, is it? Trumpeter do them. I'm not sure, but they're really bland. There's no detail in them. They look pretty shit, and there's no photo etch option at all. So It's just take a lot of extra work to get the detail. Yeah, it is. Pop up to the model shop. Listen, I went past there last week. I was heading out that way. Well, on my way back, I called in there and saw her there, and we sat down. We had a good chat, and we had a look. Unfortunately, they had no new stock come in. Excuse me, I've got to finish that off. They have no new stock come in. All right. So we're talking about the model shop here in Chiang Mai. There's no immediate plan to bring any new stock in. I looked around the shelves. Everything was there that I saw before. There was just a little bit less of it. They had a few Tamiya motorbike kits there, recent ones, nothing old. They had the Harley Davidson I saw there was gone. Someone had bought that. They have a lot of tall ships there, Revell tall ships, and a couple of other brands. But it's basically the same thing. So there's no real update to do on that, unfortunately. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a big ship. So I told them, I said, they have another shop in Bangkok, okay, that it was hard to understand exactly. Like, her English is good, but I wasn't too sure how to do it. But they're online as well, so I could buy stuff online, and if it's me in Chiang Mai buying it online from the website, which their website doesn't exist, okay, but they do have stuff on Lazada over here and another eBay type shopping site called Shopee, okay. They're the two main ones here in Southeast East Asia. Now, I haven't used Shopee, which I've heard is quite good. I've used Lazada, and I'll have to have a search for them and for their shop. But what happens is, if the product I buy online is available from their shop, then they ship it out rather than it come from Bangkok. But they give me a good deal. Like I say, they give me up to 40% off the price of any model I buy in that shop. And then there's another discount as well off paints and so forth. And of course, if I buy anything online, they won't charge me a delivery fee, which is fantastic. And the video's done good business. Every time she comes in, she gives me an update of the customers that have come in and seen my video and seen my YouTube channel and didn't know they'd been there before. So it's good that I've created them some business there. Paul Price is there. Hey, Paul. Morning, mate. I was going to say slept in, but you wouldn't have slept in. It's, 8 o'clock over there now in the morning. So I said I'll come back to the shop and we'll see. I did see some new compressors there. The same paints were there, but that's all. That's about it. But we'll see. We'll see. I walked in there thinking, maybe I'll buy another model, like you do. And I walked out of there and I didn't buy another model. Because in my head I thought, I've got to get this tank done, and then I've got the ship to build, and then there's that bloody Spitfire still sitting there. So what am I looking at more models for? I'm finding excuses to get away from, tanks and tracks. So I thought, no, I won't buy anything. In fact, while I was there, I should have actually bought the paint for my ship model, because I haven't bought the paint for that yet. I need to buy the grey and that. But anyway, they're 10 minutes away on the motorbike, not a problem. What else we got? Not a sailor, so not overly interested. Yes, plus space storage issue. I'm more AFV guy. Ideally 116. Yeah, AFV have a lot of that. 1/16 is a nice scale. I would say building something of larger scale would be harder to detail and paint and get accurate to something that's smaller, you know. I think it's just the way the human sight perceives things, that if it's smaller, you're viewing more, you're taking in more information of a model, I think. Whereas something larger, your eyesight's focusing and seeing more detail. So 1/16 scale is quite large, and you're seeing the paintwork on those panels, for instance, on a tank, in more detail and up a little bit closer, basically. I mean, what's the difference between 132? Like, I'll give an example. Maybe I'm wrong, but we got 132 scale, okay? And that would be 132 scale. You're looking at that and you go, right, there we go, nice tank, right? If that was 1/16 scale, it would be exactly the same as looking at it here, this close, right? It's the closeness and how up close you are seeing it. It's the size it is in your vision, and that must put more work and make a little bit harder on your detailing and weathering to get it more authentic looking, right? Surely. Or am I just babbling on? Ron Calvary, for those who don't, and we've got a few new people in here, the model ship, okay? If one of my good moderators on there could throw in Ron's channel, the model ship, he's just put up part 2104 of his model ship building video. Big shout out to Ron. Go check out his channel. And it's not just about the ship building. You don't have to be of interest in building model ships at all. You have to watch Ron. You need to have an interest in, number one is photography and filming, the ability to get different camera angles and film and editing. It's a great way to look at what can be done from building a model and the production, the online videoing and production of it. That's what it's all about. And of course, the motorbike riding on the side and just the normal life routine of Ron over there in Winnipeg. So definitely check him out. Gotta go says, why a second account? Off to walk the dogs. Good one, mate. You have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. What's this? Second hobby times Notion. Let's see the M3 Lee and whatever else you have going. That's right. I'm sticking to what I've got doing. I'm not. My stash is two. I'm probably the only YouTuber doing modeling that has a stash of just 2 models. Nobody beats that record, eh? And building one at a time. I don't think anybody else can beat that. How's that? Oh, and there's something I forgot to mention too. My little Honda monkey that I built from Tamiya while I was here, I've given it away. Okay, so I went down to the Friendship Cafe. It's one of those networking spaces where you can go in there with your laptop and connect to their Wi-Fi and do your business online and working and so forth. And they have a nice coffee place. It's all coffees and you get some food down there. It's really nice. They're right down out front here. Before I had my PC in Thailand, I was working off my laptop and I would go down there into their, they have 3 levels and the level above is like an air-conditioned room with air purifiers, and you could sit in there and I could edit my videos and I would go down there and do all that. Anyway, they have some it's not a particular theme, but a lot of shelf room, I figured. So I took my little Honda Monkey down there, and I went up to the guy who owns it, and I said, I got a gift for you, and I gave him my Honda Monkey. So they're going to put that on inside a little glass case they have at the staircase going up to one of the rooms that has big glass windows that overlooks the street where people sit up there. They also have gaming nights on PC, but he's going to put my model in the case there. And then I wrote on one of these little Post-its. There it is, Post-its. My YouTube channel name. And he said, "Oh, I'll make up a little plaque and I'll put that down in front of the motorbike, so when people come in and they see it, they know that, oh, that's where it was made." But yeah, so good. In about a week or so, I'll go down and have a look and see what he's done. He's a nice fellow, and he gave me a good tip on business cards. I want to get some business cards made up as well. So he gave me a contact to be able to do that. So yeah, so my little Honda Monkey is down there being shared with other people who can see it, other than just me. It was sitting down in my kitchen drawer down the bottom there, with my Formula One car, the Brabham. Okay, my Brabham car is sitting down in there, which I've yet to give that away as well. Maybe I'll give it to them as well, or I might find another coffee shop to go to. But I want to wait until I got my business cards first, so that I can pop that down there next to the model. And on the business cards, I did have business cards, but I left them all back in Sydney because I knew that my phone number was going to change and it'd be no good. But stupid me didn't think. All I had to do was black out the phone number, because they had QR code on it. It had a QR scan on it. And that's all people use these days. So if a business card's sitting there, people just have to come up with their phone, QR scan, and go straight to my YouTube channel. So I should have bought the business cards with me instead of literally throwing them out. Anyway, I'll get some more made up here. Definitely want to do that, and give my models away like that. So a little bit of self promotion, but then getting to share them as well, rather than sitting here where no one can see. All right. I've got to catch up on chat because we're scooting along. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to bring anyone on this morning. I did think about it, because when I started this, I didn't think I had really nothing really to talk about. There's no subject for today's live stream to discuss. But it turns out that I've just been rattling on, and then bang, it's been over an hour. So next week I'll get you guys back. All right. I promise next week we'll have you back on. I'll even put it in the thumbnail like I do a few days before, with our we'll have our special guests on. All right. Okay. The Revell kit. Yeah, look, I like Revell's variety of models out there, and their genre of different types. Just their plastic can be a problem. Try not to get their old kits. From my experience, I've had a couple of kits, 3 Revell kits that have had bent plastic parts, which I can only imagine. And I think it was Nigel from Nigel's Modeling Bench who mentioned it, that when they pull the plastic off that off the mold, that it's not cooled enough, and then they place it down and it bends. That they're taking them off too quick, and they haven't cooled enough, or something like that in that process, and the larger pieces warp a little bit. The sprues warp because the plastic still is heat, and it obviously it's flexible, and it bends the parts. That's what I think was the problem, and Revell had that trouble with a couple of the ship, with the bus, of course, my favorite bus, yeah, and a couple others. If I could buy a kit and open the box and check it all before I bought it, no problem with Revell kit. But because of that, it's put me off. I won't buy online where I can't check the plastic. Yeah. Even though they did replace that part, that side of the bus for me, which was good. I emailed them and told them the problem and sent photographs. And from Germany, they sent me parts, replacement parts within, it took about 2 weeks, but they did. And like thumbs up 100% to Revell for that. But yeah, I just had it to me happen too many times in the past. Let's move down the chat quickly. Tamiya has 116 armor for a long time. Most of them are motorized kits. Yeah, motorized. It's different. I've had a few people saying you should motorize some of the ships. Yeah. What else we got? 125th scale armor back in the 70s. Did they? Tamiya did? Right. Okay. Yeah. Some of the big bikes that Tamiya do, like I think it's the Tiger, is one of the latest ones, 1/6 scale, but very expensive. Very expensive bike. And again, a small market to, motorcycles. I enjoy building motorcycles though. Yeah, let me skip down a bit. Tamiya kits. Yeah, that's it. Running gear. Hello, everyone. Yes, I mentioned GB models. Welcome, mate. Welcome. I'm just... Hey, Captain. Check out Aussie Trekkie. He's a Star Trek guru. Yes, spelt wrong, Goro, but guru, we get you. Yeah, Aussie Trekkie. He's firing back up again, doing his thing. The only thing I think, the only thing that puts me off Aussie Trekkie is I don't think I have ever seen him finish a model. I've seen dozens of models being worked on and built, but I've never seen a model that he's been doing videos of building actually finished. But there are plenty of models, like he loves his trucks. He does his trucks, and he's done lots of trucks. I've seen a lot of finished models of trucks. But again, I've never seen any of those trucks built in his videos. And when I first started following Aussie Trekkie, I don't remember which ship he was building, but I thought, oh, this is good. It might have been the Queen, it might have been Titanic or something. I'm not sure. And I ended up watching it, and I thought, oh, this will be good. And then suddenly he's changed to a different video and a different build. And then months went by and never went back to the other build. And I'm like, well, hang on. I come into your channel to watch you build a model, and then you never finished it. I mean, I'm stuck now. It's like reading half a book. Then there was a time when he was going to get out of doing modeling, and he wanted to sell off his stash. I emailed him and I said, look, I think it was the Bismarck he had there, or the Missouri, something, a 1/350 scale. I offered to buy it off him. But he ended up replying back saying, oh, no, I might be building that one soon. And that was a year and a half ago, and he never built it. He never did. So anyway. But anyway, good luck to him, Aussie Trekkie. Yeah, you're welcome to go check out his channel as well and see. And yes, that is his channel name. Okay. Let me move down. My mouse is flashing red, which means the battery is dying. Well, it's a USB mouse. It's a wireless mouse, but I do have to plug it in. But unfortunately, it won't reach because I rearrange things. I angle my monitor this way, and now it won't reach to plug it in charge. So we will be right. We're going to go another 10 minutes and we'll finish up. So it's all good. I can't believe it's taken me out. I haven't even caught up on chat. Anyway, let me catch down. Let's scroll down. Sorry if I miss anything. Midwest. Yeah, that was it, Build. Sorry. I know that was like a long time ago. You mentioned that 20 minutes ago. That's how far behind I'm in chat. Midwest Models. Okay. Check him out. That's it. Yeah, what do we got? 1-7 aircraft. Yeah, we got that. Got to go, Jim. Jim's off to watch the Three Stooges and pizza. Thank you, mate. Catch you later. Cheers, all, buddy. God, I've just got to when Paul came in. I'm way behind. I'm scooting down. I'm going to catch up. What else we got? Bill's asking how's Missy. Missy's doing well. Missy's always well. For those who don't know, Missy is the next door neighbor's dog. I was almost going to say cat. Why? Stupid. Yeah. Hyper excited little poodle next door. And like I say, you got to watch Ron's channel to understand what it's all about. He just got back moments ago. Well done on his scooter ride for the day. Excellent. What else we got? Sadly, I'll not be able to make the live next week, Pete. Okay, family together. Saturday this evening. But yeah, no problem. Is there like a public holiday or something in the US? I'm not sure. Yeah, no school today, says. Yeah, of course, there's no school today. I forgot. And I've caught up the chat. How about that? And there we go. All right. I'm going to have a mouthful of water. So fantastic. All right. Today I've got some silver, is it? Flat aluminium. I've got a bit of flat aluminium here, which is going to change, which I'm going to paint the gear in there that helps the turret rotate up and down. And then I'm going to do a little bit of green on what I think is where the ammunition box sits. And just most of it is white, so I'm not going to do too much. There's black on the seat, which is in there, you can see. But I'm keeping it all white. The shells on the side are done in brass and olive drab. And I'll see if you can get a better view. There we go. All right. So they're looking quite nice in there. There's our seat. So, and of course, none of that's weathered. That's all been painted the white. So that's, other than those little touch up, that is finished. Of course, I'll clear coat and weather that later. And the outside will be done with the rest of the tank when it's all together. So that's it. Oh, we got the famous Hibbo, Mr. Jobless Hibbo. Have you got a job yet, you bum? Hey, you got a job yet? Hey? God. He probably hasn't. In Florida, it's 6:20 on a Saturday evening. It is, yes. Fantastic. It's good stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I've got the olive drab there. I really like that green. It's a beautiful color. The brass I didn't have, so I used gold leaf. Close enough. And the white I'm using is just the flat white Tamiya XF2. All right. Yeah. And the T on there means I've already thinned it. I usually thin these paints that I'm going to use straight away, and I just tip them straight out of the bottle into the airbrush. And I'm going to be working on the tub, which is that part. All right. All the detail in that. There'll be more ammunition and more parts all going in there. And this part sits in the top of the tank, and it comes in and out. It's not actually glued in, so you can display that either way. There may be an option I could use some magnets. We'll see. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. When next is, who knows? You have a interview tomorrow. Very good. All the best for that. So yeah, and it's 5:22 p.m. in Winnipeg. Yes. So it's the UK that's a problem. It's late at night in the UK. So it makes it difficult for me to keep everyone. And I can't get up earlier than 4 a.m. doing these streams. It would be ideal to do it an hour or two earlier, but no chance. I'm not that keen. So, we'll see. Everybody's saying hello. Everybody's saying hello. That's great. And I'm going to be saying goodbye soon. So you're going to have to say goodbye. Yeah, an hour and a half. So it's 5:30. I'm going out this morning to do, I know it's a different thing, but on my other YouTube channel, I've got to find a coffee shop to do my live stream from. I'm going to do it from my phone. And I'm going to find somehow find a nice quiet coffee shop and do it. So we'll see how that goes out. It's not hard. They're everywhere, but I don't want to go too far. And the weather looks like it's going to be a really nice day today too, so I don't have to worry about it raining. Now, they're strange in the UK. You don't worry about them. Yeah, they are. So, fantastic. Yes, we are. All right, guys. Well, that's about it. I'm going to go charge my mouse and have some breakfast. Might go for a walk down to 7-Eleven. They have these like little rolls with custard in them. They're really nice. And then I'll have some Wheat Bix. I've got a fresh box of Wheat Bix up there. And then I'll microwave another cup of coffee since my kettle over there has become deceased. And it's probably really a simple fix. I mean, I don't know, you guys might be able to help, but under here, I've got to be careful. There's a bit of water in there. There's like a little thing under there that I could undo that maybe there's a fuse. I just spilt water. How did I do that? I didn't tilt that up far. Where'd that water come from? Oh, anyway, no, I didn't pee myself. There we go. But there might be something easy to fix. It's like a fuse has gone in there or something. I don't know. Who knows? I might ask somebody. That's the best. Here in Thailand, I'm sure someone could fix that. So anyway. So, all right, guys. I'll let you all say goodbye. Thank you all. I'll see you all next week. I got water all over the floor, and anyway, it's okay. All right, let me just get to the exit music. Where are we? Live stream exit. All right, guys, thank you all. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you next week, and we'll have everybody come on. Get your cameras warmed up and get your makeup prepared, and we'll put a link in so you guys can all come on and join me on the live stream. Okay. All right. And thank you, Mark, for welcome for joining us from Scotland, and our friend there in Tasmania, I think, who came on earlier. Good one. All right. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you. Bye.